Hi, welcome back to the R Markdown series. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to manage texts. Okay, take a look at my screen. I created a new R Markdown file called text formatting. Okay. And again, by default, R provides these sample contents in an R Markdown file. So let's first delete all of them. On the left part of the screen, you can see an outline of the text formatting with R Markdown. Let's start with the basic text formatting in R Markdown. Okay. So let me type a sentence. Okay. Suppose I want to make today italic. I just use asterisks to wrap today. Okay. And if you want to make some part bold, just use 2 asterisks. For example, I want to make R Markdown bold. Okay, just do the following. Okay. Then let's knit it and see how it looks like. The whole sentence. Okay. You see today is italic and our Markdown part is bold. Okay. And I suggest you to knit your file often. Whenever you finish one part, one small part, knit the file and check if there is any error. Okay. Don't wait until you finish the entire R Markdown file because it will be very difficult to find any error or any bug. And next one is code. Okay. So you can use backtick to wrap inline code. Okay. If you don't want to run the code, you want to do any calculation using inline code, then don't type R in it. If you want to do some inline calculation, type R in it. Okay, let me show you. Okay. So, for example, let us calculate 5 times 3. Okay. Then this part will be shown as code in the output. Okay, let me knit it. So see, this part is kind of shaded lightly, okay, but no calculation is done. Okay, only the code is shown. But if I want to do calculation, I can insert R in it. Okay, R space, okay, then do the calculation. Then R will do the calculation for you and show the result instead of the code. Okay. So for example, let's knit it. Let's see what happens. Okay, you see, let us calculate 15. Okay, so it looks weird. A better way is to use code and show the result. It's very convenient, especially if you want to insert some output and that you just did in previous calculation. You can put it here so that whenever you knit your R Markdown file, you have the real-time result from your article chunk. All right, so this is code and superscripts and subscripts. I seldom use them. Let's try it. So let's see. The first place is John. Let's knit it. Okay, so it works. Okay, so you don't need to use parentheses to wrap the superscript. How about subscript? Okay. X subscript 2 is equal to 5. Let's knit it. Okay, it works. Okay. So you see that you don't need to use parentheses to wrap your superscript or subscript. All right. Now headings. So in R Markdown, you can use these different levels of headers to denote relationship among your texts. For example, let's text the first order. Notice that there is a space, okay, in between the sharp notation and your text. Okay, otherwise, R Markdown cannot recognize that it is a header. Okay, there should be a space here. So let's go ahead and create different levels of headers. I just copy and paste all of them. Let's try 6 levels. 4th, 5th. And you can observe their difference. Okay, finally, let's knit it. Okay, you see the first level is the largest. Okay. Just slightly smaller than your title, okay? And second level, okay, third level, okay? And remember, if you want to create lecture slides, then second level header indicates a new slide, okay? Pay attention to that. We rarely use first level header actually, okay? And rarely use smaller headers because I think this is this is the same size with our regular text, okay? And pay attention, notice that whenever I want to change a line, okay, for normal text, I need to insert an empty line in between. Okay? Otherwise, we have to type 4 spaces at the end of the line. So for example, I can do the following and get rid of the empty line. I knit it. So see, still change the line. Okay. And similarly here, type 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Okay. That means I will change the line. Okay. But for headers, you don't have to do anything. So R Markdown assumes that each header should have its own line. And next one is lists. Okay, sometimes we need to use lists to show some items. Okay. So there are different types of lists. First, unordered list. Okay. So in other words, bullet points. Okay. There are different ways. First, you can use hyphen. Okay, it's hyphen space. Okay, item 1. Okay, then hyphen space item 2, and then hyphen space item 3. Okay. So this will create bullet points. Okay, no order. Okay, no order. So for example, let me knit it. Okay, so see 3 items. Okay. And you can also have second layers in unordered lists. For example, you can do the following. Okay. Alternatively, you can use plus. Okay, just pay attention, there is a space, okay, between the hyphen and plus and the text itself. Okay, so let's knit it and see what happens. Okay, so see, it doesn't matter you use plus or minus, okay, for the second layer, but just make sure you put some spaces here. I use 2 tabs. Okay, I used the 2 tabs to create a second layer. And how about ordered lists? Okay. It's also very simple. You can just directly type 1, okay, item 1, 2, item 2. Okay. then the items will be listed with ordering labels. Okay. Oh, by the way, actually for unordered list, you can also use asterisk. For example, okay, bullet 1, okay, bullet 2, etc. Okay. So you also can have bullet points. Okay, use asterisks. Okay, so see bullet 1, bullet 2. Okay. And the next topic is how to insert links and images to your Markdown file. Okay. So first, links. Okay. So there are multiple ways to do it. The first one is to directly show the address of the link. Okay. You show everything. Or directory, okay, or path. Okay. So in this case, you use triangle parentheses. Okay. Okay. Insert the link in it. So for example, I want to insert the link for Google. Okay. Just copy the address and paste it here. Okay. And then you see this whole part will become blue. Okay, and if we need it, then in the R Markdown file, it is shown in this way. Okay, the entire directory is shown here, and it is highlighted as light blue, and you can click it right away. Okay. The second way is to give a name of the website you want to show, but hide the address. Sometimes it is a preferred way to do so because it looks better. Only show the label. Okay. So in this case, you need to use a square bracket to provide the label. For example, I type Google. Okay, and then use regular parentheses to wrap the true address of it. Okay, and then if I need it, so see it looks like this. Okay, so if people click this one, they will be directed to this address again. So our next topic is how to insert images into an R Markdown file. So there are two ways. So the first one is to show the image directly. Okay. So let's see, suppose the image is saved locally in my computer. Okay. And it's a puppy. Okay. So in this case, if I want to show the image, I need to use this exclamation mark and then square bracket and then my puppy, then regular parentheses, then insert the path in the parentheses. Okay, so let me find my picture. So suppose the picture is here. I want to insert this one. Okay, I just copy the path and paste it here. Okay. And pay attention in R. Okay. We have to use / instead of \. And then the image name. Okay, and immediately you see it has been shown here. Okay. So let me knit it and see what happens. If you think this is too big or something, you can also adjust the width of the image by doing the following. Okay. Type curly bracket, then width equals, for example, 50%. Okay. Then the image will be 50% of the width of your output. Okay, of your output. You see, this is how it looks like. Suppose you don't want to show the image itself, you only want to show the label. In this case, you can just get rid of the exclamation mark. For example, get rid of this. Then I need it. So see, there is a link here. But in this case, I don't think other people can see your image. Secondly, you can also insert an online image in your Markdown file. It's a little bit tricky. Let's see how to do it. Suppose I want to insert an image of a dog. So I search dog in Google, and I got these pictures, and then I click this link. I was directed to this website, and then I right click and choose open image in new tab, and then I finally am here. And then copy this path and insert it in your file. So for now, suppose I still want to show the image. And then again, insert the link. And again, suppose I want it to be 50% of the width. Copy it here. And then knit it. You see the image is here. And just pay attention if you use any online images. Make sure you show the source of the image. Of course, for this online case, you can also omit the image and just show the label. Cute puppy online. Then you click it, and then you knit it. You see that in this case, only a label is shown, but you can click it and get to the page, get to the web page you want. So this is how we manage images in our Markdown. And last one, how to insert basic tables in our Markdown. There are certainly other ways to insert tables. For example, you can create a table in some R chunk and print out pretty tables. But now let's just focus on the very basic table. For example, let me create a very small table about student information. Student ID, name, and age. So 3 columns. And then we need a line that specify the structure of the table. Basically, the alignment option for each column. So by default, I believe all of the columns will be centered. And you can just put some hyphens in each column. And don't forget the bar. The bars are used to separate different columns. For example, the first student ID is 001, and then John, and then 20. Second, 002, Mary, 21, and then 003, Taylor, 19. Then let's knit it and see how it looks like. So see, by default, actually these are all aligned to the left. And the column names are centered. So it looks a little weird. The table always occupies the entire width of the page of the output. So suppose I want the student ID to be centered. And name to be aligned to the left and age to be aligned to the right, because you will usually align numbers to the right. So what shall we do? We can use column. For example, student ID, I want it to be centered. So you should put column in front of and behind the hyphens. For name, I want to align the names to the left. So put colon on the left, in front of all the hyphens. And for age, I want to align to the right. Okay, so put colon on the right. Then let's knit it. Okay, so you see the table looks better. Okay, age is right, aligned to the right. Name is aligned to the left. Student IDs are centered. Okay. Alright, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to insert our chunks, our code chunks in our Markdown files, and how to manage different chunk options. Okay, see you next time. Bye.